San Francisco 49ers and Jauan Jennings agreed to a tweaked deal last night that allows Jauan Jennings to earn up to $3 million more than he would have in 2025 based on hitting certain incentives. John Lynch joined KMBR to kind of talk about this situation in more detail as they can kind of put it behind them now that it's taken care of. But he also alludes to the fact that there is a chance that the 49ers could still negotiate a long-term deal with Jauan. So, I don't know. Interesting to hear what John Lynch had to say, but he kind of peels back the curtain a little bit on what had went down with Jauan recently. Take a listen to what he had to say right here.
First and foremost, you know, it's funny, John, on our job every day, we turn on the mics for 4 hours. We got to talk about something. And we talked about Jauan Jennings for 5 weeks. And then we woke up on Monday morning and he was at practice. And ESPN has reported you guys did a little sweetener for him. Can you tell us all about it, John? A, how's it going back on the practice field? And B, did it take a little sweetener to get him back on the practice field?
Well, it's going great for Jauan. I want to commend Jauan. I think the way he took care of his business, both getting healthy and his want for a new contract. He handled it in a good way, and I mean, one thing I do pride myself. We talk about like strategic transparency, but we're pretty transparent people, and when I say stuff, I usually mean it, and when I was saying that those things don't have to be mutually exclusive, Jauan did battle a calf injury, and he did want a new contract, and both things seemed to get right at the right time, and so that's a good thing for us. And the great news is Jauan has looked great out there, and he's ready to go, and he kept himself in really good shape, and is there going to be a little rust? Hopefully not. He's played a lot of football for us, and his energy out there is palpable. We feel it. We're going to continue to try to work on a long-term deal, but right now we got a solution that works for everybody for the short term, and that's a good thing for the Niners.
That sounds real good. You're listening to KMBR AM and KMBR FM, San Francisco, the sports leader, Cumulus Media Station. Marcus.
Yeah, and John, just to follow up on that, were there long-term contract discussions discussed?
Oh yeah, and we obviously couldn't come to an agreement on that right now, but that's not to say that's gone. Some teams do have the policy once you hit the season, they put all contracts away. That's not something we've done. We are going to kind of focus on going and beating Seattle right now, but we'll continue to try to work towards that. We've said it many times. We love JJ. We love his presence on this team, and we want to keep him around here for a while.
Can you report on the bro hug? Was it a quality bro hug? The kind of the no bad blood bro hug? Was that what it was?
There's no bad blood there at all. There hasn't been, and there's plenty of bro hugs with JJ. He's one of the guys that brings this energy each and every day, and so that's not I guess everybody focused on it because he was back on the practice field, but there's bro hugs almost on a daily basis with Jauan. He's just a happy guy.
So with the Jauan Jennings situation, he did mention, hey, we're going to get ready for Seattle now, but we're not like other teams. We're not going to shelve contract negotiations during the season. So maybe there's an opportunity where we pick up and we start working towards a long-term deal. But I think that sounds nice, but I think when the reality sets in that, is Jauan Jennings, especially if he comes out and is playing well, if he puts up another, 1,000-yard type receiving season in consecutive years, he is probably going to want a pretty sizable contract and will be worthy of one. And will the 49ers want to do that? Because Brandon Ayuk's contract is fully guaranteed not only for this year, but for next year as well. So, I don't know. We'll see. The reports came out that Jauan Jennings wanted $20 million plus a year. I would feel like that it would be challenging to do for the 49ers underneath the current circumstances of how many players they have recently paid. You know, we know Diamador got paid last year. Brock Purdy got paid this offseason. George Kittle, Fred Warner. So we understand what it is. It's just not a situation where you can pay everyone. But I don't know. We'll see. And of course, for Jauan, I think it would make more sense for him at this point to be able to just go out, have a good season, and be able to have teams bid for your services in the open market, and then determine where you're at with the San. And I think the same goes for the San Francisco 49ers, because if Jauan Jennings goes to market and maybe he underestimated what his market would be, then the San Francisco 49ers could potentially re-sign him at a lesser deal than maybe what he's angling for right now. So yes, sounds like John Lynch is interested in keeping Jauan. Totally understandable. But I do think that the best case scenario is let him hit the open market, see what the market is dictating, and if the market isn't dictating that he is a $20 million wide receiver, then try to get him back on a deal. And when I say deal, something more kind of in the 15 range potentially, is kind of the high mark that I would put for Jauan right now. I do understand wide receivers are earning at a historic clip, and I'm fully aware of that. But I just look at Jauan's role on the team, kind of at, you know, if Brandon Ayuk's healthy, Jauan is your wide receiver 3. So it feels a little bit challenging to pay your wide receiver 3 anything above 15 million. Not saying that it can't be done, but that's just kind of my thought process. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But clearly John Lynch not shutting the door on the future of Jauan Jennings with the San Francisco 49ers. You know, whether that's, you know, it could be, you know, I don't know, truthful, untruthful. I bet there's the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Of course, the 49ers want Jauan Jennings. Who wouldn't want Jauan Jennings? He's a great player. Uh, Great energy, just like John has talked about. But again, it's at what price do you want Jauan Jennings? And I think the 49ers have kind of already told us that by only giving him a $3 million incentive bump. It's not even a more guaranteed money or anything like that. It's you have to go out and earn these incentives. So I think the 49ers have already kind of told us where they value Jauan at this point, and I understand Jauan didn't have much leverage in this situation, being under contract. But you know, he's healthy now. Jauan, according to John Lynch, is in really good shape. So we'll see how that goes. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.